Hello, I'm green.
And I'm purple.
Welcome back to Green and Purple. We're back playing Silent Hill 2. You stop, whatever you are. I don't know what you are, but I don't like you. No, I think it's just these things, but they're crawling around on the floor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like some sort of fish monster.
Some sort of fish man.
Yeah, the fish man. Creature of the deep.
It's a wall. I can't get through here.
James, I think you're starting to lose it.
Just a bit. I mean, he just remembered he killed his wife, so I mean, can you really blame him?
Captain Obvious.
James, if only you'd taken your own advice. You can't just kill someone.
Just
the way they looked at you. Oh, there's a lot of health drinks here. Yeah.
You can never have too many.
You really can't, can you?
Walter's being adorable right now.
It's what he does best. That's how he gets away with things.
That's a whole lot of nope.
Oh, you don't like those noises?
How do I put this nicely? No.
I don't. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep using these to keep it full health because I have some. Compare that to like Evil Within 2, which I beat last night, where it's like, by every time in that game you feel like you have like plenty of supplies. You're like, I'm doing good. I got plenty of ammo, plenty of healing supplies. The game's like, no, you take all that.
Give them to me? Oh.
No.
Mama, I was looking for you.
What?
Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest.
What?
Mama, why are you running away?
Okay.
You're not my mama.
Really?
It's you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
It happens all the time.
You're not the first, and you certainly won't be the last.
This might be
Thank
the
you
finale.
for saving me.
Oh.
If I remember right, we're
But
fairly
I
close
wish
to
you
the end.
hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela. That's wrong.
Not to be rude, James,
No.
but you're not exactly the moral
Don't
compass
pity
of the
me.
world.
I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain?
Okay, I can hear the sarcasm. James, what's going on with you, man?
James, you fall down? Just fall down again?
It happens. Just gotta pick him up.
James. Give me back that knife.
But I like it.
No. I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No. I'd never kill myself.
I'd kill you. Not myself.
I'm not crazy.
Maybe you shouldn't go up there. There's like fire. You're sorry.
Oh, she's old enough to make her own
It's hot as hell
decisions.
in here.
Good job, James.
You see,
James!
for me, it's always like this.
Maybe you're like that daredevil. The daredevil sees the world on fire because he can't really see because he's blind. You know.
What is going on with the cameraman?
He was just having some problems, alright? I want to go that way. Maybe I can't.
Well, shooty patootie. Oh, great. Chicken wings.
What?
I don't know. I do not
I
know.
just wanted to say chicken wings.
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
I'll say fudge cake next. How about some tiramisu? Wait, what?
I'd eat that.
I think we all would eat it.
And if you say you wouldn't, you would.
No, bad. Bad floor people. Oh, goodness. Go back to your war with the ceiling people. I am not part of this. Oh man, I think Walter's tugging himself out.
He's a tired pup.
Stop! Leave her alone!
Oh, there's two.
Leave us both the hell alone!
Bro. Pyramid too.
Oh.
Why you keep just bringing her back and stabbing her? Why?
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
Oh, James has gone all emo.
How did you two get down here so quickly? Okay, so we're finding two pyramid heads.
Yep. Double trouble.
Oh,
Ow.
shoot.
Ow. Ow. Can you not?
Man, they are not anywhere near as easy as Eddie was. They're actually hitting me.
If only. I hate it when the bosses hit me. And it plays that metallic noise every time you hit them, which just like my video game instincts makes me feel like, like that's not hitting them. But it is. It's just their heads are metal, so. Oh, no, ow.
That should have technically like killed me, but I'm still going.
intense action of Silent Hill 2. Running in a circle and firing at things. You can also, if you want to cheese a little bit, you can just go in here to reload instead of
Yeah.
doing it in the field like you could in Silent Hill 1 2. Ow. No, bad pyramid head.
Bah.
Ow. James, don't run into them.
Oh, yeah,
it's bad.
There's a wall in my way. Can't get through it. This thing is broken. That means I can't use it.
Good job, James.
Bad times are just times that are bad. Wow. They have a lot of health.
Yeah. Two pyramid heads.
2 for the price of 1. Buy 2, get the third one free.
Ow.
No additional cost.
Come on. Just stop being a thing. How about you just stop being here? Ow.
I'm sorry, this is animation.
No, I agree.
Oh no. Yep, saw it coming.
Thank you, Caleb.
You're welcome. You know I like to give you support whenever I can. Oh,
See those jukes? See those moves?
show me your moves. Oh, Captain Falcon, where are you when we need you?
When we need a sweet Captain Boy. That's what I call him. I call him a sweet Captain Boy.
Okay, well, it's all you, man. I'm not gonna.
You do your thing.
I'm not gonna judge. Oh.
Cool. Thanks, guys. It looks like he's holding something. I got a rust-colored egg. I got a scarlet egg.
That was cool. That's gotta be one of the most interesting boss deaths I've seen. So which one goes in which? Does it matter which one you put it in?
I don't know. Either it doesn't or I just happen to get right.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusted. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. What are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already. No use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today. Maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James. Wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
Is this where the final boss is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
It's alright if your feet go through the ground. It's totally normal. Don't worry about it. So yeah, basically it's like Mary, as her disease got worse, like got more angry and like upset and just like started changing. So it's like, you know, a lot of it's like he killed her, but it was because she was in so much pain. So he, you know, it was like a mercy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, it's more like you have to make your own conclusion as to like whether James was in the right, because it's like the wife he knew had died.
Mm-hmm.
But was it right of him to end the life she had, even though he didn't think there was like much left? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake? Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria, it's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted. I'm different than Mary. How can you throw me away?
I understand now. It's time to end this nightmare.
No, I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
Oh good. Oh good.
Oh yeah, you doing that now? That's good.
That's cool. Oh no, not the bats.
You could just, you know, not with the bats.
Oh good, yay, another final boss where it is just a flying abomination of nature. Ah. No, not the bat.
So this is one of two possible final bosses. We're actually not getting the ending I was going for, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
We're getting the second option of the two. There's a third one, but I'm almost positive that's not the one that we're going to be getting.
Oh goodness.
Now, you could, you know, not do that. That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that.
fan. They kind of went all out on the soundtrack, huh?
You know, it's gotta be loud. That's what we're going for.
And
Unsettled? Get off. Thank
oh no.
you.
You get it?
James. James. James.
Sorry, I got real.
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not true. You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary?
James, please. Please do something for me. Go on with your life.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most, especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Wait, can I see this?
I'm gonna put it
Oh,
in.
okay. There we go.
Yeah. Just the same. I mean, at least we didn't miss any cutscenes. All we missed is credits. But, so yeah, basically, there's 3 main endings to the game that you can get on your first playthrough. The one we got is called Leave, and it's just where James leaves Silent Hill after the game. So you see he was walking out with Laura. And to get that one, you don't look at Angela's knife in your inventory. You basically act like you want to live the whole game, is kind of the gist of it. You don't look at the knife in your inventory. There's a journal with some sad stuff on the roof of the hospital that you don't read. That conversation that you heard between him and Mary in the last hallway, you have to stay for the whole conversation. If you leave, it doesn't count. And then also, like, throughout the game, you saw I was using health almost constantly. And you want to do that. You basically want to avoid being in the red where you have the flashing cross the whole time. So that's one of the endings called Leave. The other one that I thought we were getting, because basically you can tell which ending you're going to get by which boss you fight at the end, because there's 2 separate bosses that differentiate them. I thought we had the one for In Water, which is the second ending, but I guess we did have the Leave boss. In Water, he actually takes Mary's body and puts it in the car with him, and then he drives it into the lake.
Oh, okay.
And kills himself. And that's... Some people consider that like the canonical ending, because in like one of the later Silent Hill games it kind of almost references that, but none of the Silent Hill games really have canon endings. But I thought we had that one, but I was wrong. I think in that one, whenever you get to the end, it's actually Mary that you talk to by the bed. I thought it was the reverse. I thought it was whenever it was Mary, that means you were getting Leave, and whenever it was Maria, you was in Water, but I think it's reverse. So whenever you're getting Leave, it's actually Maria, and if it's in Water, then it's Mary. And then there's also another ending called Maria, and that's when you leave Silent Hill with Maria.
Okay.
And to get that one, you have to spend a lot of time with her. Whenever she's in her room in the hospital, you have to go back in and check on her. You want to make sure she doesn't get hit at all whenever you're with her. And you, there's a certain other thing you need to do, I can't remember. But, I don't know, to me, Maria always seems like almost like this figment of James' imagination, like what he wishes his wife was or something, or like a certain aspect of her. So to me, she always seems... I don't know, I prefer just the normal Leave ending over the Maria ending. But those are the 3 ones you can get on a first playthrough. There's 3 more endings, but you have to get them on a New Game Plus afterwards. 2 of them being joke endings, one of them being the dog, one being UFO, and then one's called Rebirth, which is an actual ending. It's just you have to be on a second round playthrough of it. But that was Silent Hill 2. What did you think, Caleb? I know only I'm rating it, but what did you think?
Silent Hill 2. Oh, there's more. Credits. Hi, Walter. Here, I got a boy. He's looking at me. Puppy eyes. Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this before. I haven't ever played through any of the Silent Hill games, so all this is like new to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the stories that always go behind them. They're very deep and thought-provoking, and
there's more than just what's on the surface.
Yeah, there's a way that you can just like take a step back and really contemplate what's going on, because it's a lot of dark stuff, and I'm fine with that because the world's a dark place when we need to ask these questions sometimes.
Right.
But I liked it. Here you go, Walter. You're on the phone again. I liked it. Of course, it's some parts did really scare me, got me a little bit on edge. It's not as bad because obviously I'm not playing it, but what I feel about the ending, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you think? What do you have to say about James? What James did?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the decision right there. It really is kind of a gray zone.
I think it takes a more realistic approach to that sort of situation than a lot of things. Because, like, most things, it's just like, oh, he was always sad. Or, they always try and make it like, he killed her because he just couldn't see her in pain anymore. But this game, it kind of introduces, like, well, maybe it's not entirely noble. Maybe he did it to a certain extent because he didn't want to... He felt horrible looking at her. What are you doing, Walter? I don't know. He's being Walter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that it's kind of like, because yeah, it's like it's that noble. It could be noble. It could be like, I'm doing this because I'm doing it for her, or is it he's doing it for himself? It just happens to also coincide with.
What she said
Yeah.
she wanted at one time. So you could make the argument, Walter, you can't eat the floor. You could make the argument either way, whether he did it for her or whether he did it for himself, or more than likely it was a little bit of both.
Yeah, but in the end, it's still like, what he did, was it right? Because I mean, when you look at it from those two sides, it can really heavily change the overall look out of it, whether it was. Because there are people out there that even would say, like, even if she did say I wanted to die and he did that, that's like
It's still not right.
right.
Yeah, it gets into whether you believe in like assisted suicide or whether you believe that someone has to live as long as
Because
they physically can.
because they are married, but then again, you could bring up the situation of like that should have been more of a decision on her family's end, rather
Like
than
he shouldn't be the only one to make that
right.
call.
Yeah, you could bring that argument up.
I always think Silent Hill 2 is really weird because it is such a huge like juxtaposition between like it being really goofy and stupid for a lot of the game, but then also like especially right at the very end is whenever it like starts to be just like more serious. And it's weird because like the voice actors even seem to like put more into their performances towards the end of the game than the rest of it. James sounds more just like depressed and just like defeated, whereas the rest of the game is like, well, hey, Eddie, what? You can't just kill someone
Because the way they looked at you.
And Angela seems completely like lost. And then I think Mary's probably the best voice actor in the game because you can actually like sense emotion
Yeah, I felt,
in it.
a lot of emotion in what she was saying in that final part, that long letter she wrote.
So you guys leave us a comment below what you think. What do you think about James' decision? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? And why?
Because one thing I wanted to say, like, I always try and think about it, like, what would I do if I was in this situation?
Walt, it is part of the floor. You can't get it out.
He's gonna try.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Because I always try and think, like, what would I do in this situation? Because I feel like that's only the best way to answer it. And
Yeah, you can't just think of it from a purely hypothetical standpoint.
Because honestly, because then that brings up the question. 'Cause obviously, he loved her, but then
At one point,
yeah,
you have to wonder whether in the last moments he was thinking about how much he loved her or how much he just like wanted her to be gone.
right. Because like you said, is the part that he loved of her, was that already dead to him at that point? Oh man, yeah, that's a tricky one. But I feel like even all in all, though, I couldn't, and that's the thing. Like, you don't really know until you're actually in that
Right.
situation. But honestly, I feel like I couldn't do that. It's just like, even if someone was telling me if they were suffering, oh my god, no, that's the thing. If they were truly suffering,
Yeah, it's like you, on the one hand you think like
I could never.
I could never do that, but there's tons of things that people think that they could never do until they do it.
Yeah, if you love, let's just say that, you do really love this person, and you see that they're in just so much pain and suffering. Oh my god, yeah, that's a hard one. I can't really say. That's a hard question.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do either.
That's
And
a-
I think that's part of what makes.
Yeah, I can see why this one's your favorite.
I mean, I like 2 and 3. I think 3's a better game, but I think 2's got a much better story because 1 and 3 both kind of go more into like the cult side of Silent Hill storyline, whereas 2 just kind of like throws that out the window and just focuses on James himself, which I think is a smart idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Makes you think.
So I guess overall for me, I really like the story in the game. I like the really eccentric cast of characters. I think even by today's standards, I think it does its atmosphere very well. Combat, just like in Silent Hill 1, is it's passable at best. It's mainly just there to give some sort of tension to it. But you're not really playing Silent Hill for the action element of it. Resident Evil kind of went in the action direction, and then Silent Hill kind of tried to with the later games that were developed by a different studio. And I think that's one of the reasons why it just didn't really feel like Silent Hill, because on the one hand, they were making that aspect of the game better, but it never really needed that. It was always focused on something else. But overall, I'm going to give it... It is hard. I want to give it a 9 out of 10, but I think I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 just because I think just based on how well it holds up today, some of the... It very much is still a locked door simulator, and there are aspects of it that I think are could be explained a little better, like give you a little more direction, and like I said, the combat's not great, but I still think it's definitely worth experiencing, especially if you're a survival horror fan, because there's not really many full-scale horror games coming out now. I would recommend going back and playing Silent Hill 2, because it's a really good one, and a lot of modern horror games still draw on it for influence. So 8 out of 10.
Let me get it straight. You're giving it 8 slices of pizza out of 10.
Exactly. Okie doke. Whenever we come back, something else.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.